probably wondering what's going on. I can assure you it's not what it first seems. I know, a butler, a gun, a body lying on the floor. You may have even heard gunshots earlier. Yes, he was murdered, but it was someone else who did it. Perhaps I should better explain. See, while the course of events ended here only moments ago, they began hours before. Others had all been called here by Mr. Walters. This is his house. And that's Mr. Walters. This is rather complex. I think it would be best if I took you back to the course of events myself. I could never do the story justice in my own words. Imagine, it's now earlier this evening, and as I said, others had all been called here by Mr. Walters, and oh dear, Mr. Walters! Mr. Walters, Steve, you need to get up.
I'm supposed to be dead.
But the audience came to see the story unfold, and they came very well see the story of how you were murdered with you lying in the middle of the floor dead.
But I've been shot.
No! See, it's earlier now. You won't be shot for some time yet.
You think it'll be okay? They won't be upset if a dead man suddenly stands up and walks away.
They'll understand. No, go ahead and get up.
I was really prepared for this. I was expecting to be dead.
I know, but it's for the best.
What do I do now?
To start, just wait in the other room.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
So do I. As I was saying, several people had all been called here by Mr. Walters. This is Betty Dupree, an old friend of Mr. Walters. She still intends to marry him, but not for the right reasons. And this is Jennifer Jones, Mr. Walters' business partner. Lydia Comfrey, Mr. Walters' current fiancée. He loves her, and she loves his money. And finally, Preston Lavender, Lydia's friend. Enough said, you've met everyone. And with that, I give you the murder of Stephen Walters.
How should I know why we're here?
You're his business partner,
And you're his fiancée.
Would you two quit your bickering?
and I certainly don't know why you're here.
Because I was the future Mrs. Walters long before you ever came into the picture.
Was is a key word there.
That's my ring!
Ladies, please.
Must you bring him everywhere?
I was invited just like you.
Yeah, I bet you were.
As you may have gathered, these folks don't exactly get along. And to be quite honest, they're not the easiest people to get along with.
Who is he talking to?
I don't know.
Who are you talking to?
The audience.
That's just great. Go ahead and spoil the illusion.
I'm simply trying to...
You're ruining the story.
I'm just...
You've broken our pace.
I'm acting as the narrator, just as I'm supposed to.
And I suppose next you'll be telling them how it ends.
They already know how it ends.
What?
They know how it ends.
Then what's the point? This is supposed to be a mystery. How much mystery can there be when they already know how it ends?
Well, it's true they know how it ends. They don't know who did it, only that it was done. Isn't that a big part of the mystery? It can be, but in this case, real mystery is who, not how.
And they don't mind knowing the end up front?
They're still here, aren't they?
That guy in the third row has shifted in the seat 3 times already.
I think they're about to bolt. They won't bolt if you guys stick to the script and keep the story moving ahead.
So it's our fault now?
Let's just get back to the story, okay? Thank you. As I was saying, there's no great love shared amongst any of these folks. To put it most bluntly, they hate each other. But in that hate is the one common thread that brings them all here today. As much as they despise each other, they hate Stephen Walters even more.
I'm still not so sure about you talking to the audience like that. I just don't understand it.
It's been done for thousands of years. It's called an aside.
A what?
An aside. Theoretically, when I'm speaking to the audience, you're not supposed to hear me.
How can we help but hear you? You're standing right in front of us.
You don't understand. Of course you can hear me, but you're supposed to go on as though you can't. The aside is an opportunity for me, as a narrator, to have a conversation with the audience. It's almost as though I'm having a personal conversation with each and every member in the audience. Shakespeare used asides all the time. It's like the chorus in the ancient Greek shows.
But this isn't a musical.
Just in the story. Remember the murder and all?
I, for one, don't feel like I can continue until you explain that chorus business and that aside thing that you keep pulling.
I'll have to second that one.
What are you doing?
I wanted to hear what you were talking about.
Oh, good heavens, what about the audience?
They've already paid their money. How do they know this isn't the story they came to see anyway?
Because we already told them it's a murder mystery.
Yeah. Well, I want to know what the course is, or if it's not for singing.
Folks, please bear with us for a moment. I promise this won't take about a minute, and then we'll get right back to the story. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
As I was saying, as a narrator, I will often speak to the audience as a story unfolds, much like the ancient Greeks did in their shows thousands of years ago. But they used what is most commonly known as a chorus.
But they didn't sing?
They may have in some cases, but they didn't have to. See, it wasn't the delivery that was important, it was the message.
What was the message?
It would depend on the story. What's important to understand now, and how that relates to these sides you witness today, is why the chorus came about in the first place.
Well, why were they there?
First and foremost, to help the story move ahead.
I just let the characters tell the story through dialogue.
They probably could, but when a story is very complex, it would take hour after hour of dialogue just to set up the stage for the events about to happen. But if there's a person or group of people, a chorus, that could fill in some background information and details as the story went along, then the audience gets all the information they need, and the most important parts of the story can be played out on stage through dialogue.
I don't get it.
Yes. What are you talking about? A chorus! Or in this case, a narrator provides details and information that may not be readily apparent to the audience, but is important to the story as a whole.
One question. Why do you keep talking to the audience?
To help the story move forward.
It sounds like a way for you to get some extra lines and upstage everyone.
It's nothing like that. Everything I say has been carefully crafted by the playwright. Every line, stage direction, and aside has been carefully thought out and written down. And for the story to work, it must be followed precisely.
Well, you do seem to have a lot of lines, and some of your speeches, yeah, they're leaning towards soliloquies.
That isn't true.
No, then why is it that your lines keep coming up every other time? Yeah, we all play round robin.
I don't know. I'm just an actor doing my lines as written. If you want to take issue on the quantity and occurrences of your lines, then talk to the writer.
Maybe you already did, and that's why you have all the good lines.
This is getting ridiculous. We have a story to tell.
Easy for you to say, what with having the leading role and all.
I don't have a leading role.
Oh no, then who does?
Just calm down, guys. But, listen to my thoughts. It's Steve, right?
Steve is the lead, but he's dead. Not yet, he isn't.
Yeah, not yet, I'm not.
But he will be. And he hardly has any lines.
Yes, what about that? I have more lines than Steve.
Quantity of lines isn't the only factor in making the lead character.
Now what are you talking about?
The number of lines someone has is no criteria for calling them the lead character.
Then what is?
The lead character is the one that gives all the other characters a reason to be here.
You know, this is way too technical. I'm bored.
Okay, we've gotten way off track. Let's just get back to the story. The one the audience came to see, and try to entertain them to the best of our abilities. Remember, all parts are important, no matter how big or how small.
Was that a shot at me?
No, I'm just trying to get the story back on track while appeasing your delicate actor egos.
Oh,
Okay then. May I continue now?
Yeah.
And you're all okay with me being the narrator, speaking to the audience and the sides.
We don't have a choice.
Thank you. Actors, now, where was I? Oh, okay, right. As I was saying, there's no great love shared amongst any of these folks, and they've all been called here by Steve for reasons yet unknown.
But I know why.
What are you doing?
I felt it was my responsibility to interject and draw attention to myself. Being the star and all.
The star? Now I've heard it all. Next, you'll be telling us that the only reason these people are here is to see you. That's it. That is it.
People, please. Lydia, just calm down. And you, get off stage. May I get you anything? May I get you anything? May I get you anything?
Are you talking to them or us?
To you, I'm the butler after all. May I get you anything?
All right. No, I'm fine.
Anyone else?
No.
I think I'd like a root beer.
What?
I'd like a root beer.
You're supposed to say no.
How's that?
When I say anyone else, you're supposed to say no.
I am?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
But I'm thirsty. What?
You need to get with it, Jennifer. We have a story to tell after all.
But I really am thirsty.
But you're not supposed to be. It's not part of the story.
You know, so am I.
People.
Me too.
People.
Now that you mention it, I'm kind of thirsty too.
People.
Yeah, me too, John. I'd like a 5-inch glass, exactly 3/4 filled, with exactly 2 ice cubes and a lemon with a side of.
People! What are you doing?
You asked us if we wanted anything to drink. We said no,
As you should.
But we actually are thirsty.
Oh, but you're not supposed to be. It's not part of the script.
Really now? And what has been a part of the script so far?
I really don't think it's the time, nor the place to get into that. We have a story to tell.
Hot shot.
And I think it'd be best if we got back to it. John's right. We have to get back on track. And with that, I shall go. I believe that's your cue, Jennifer.
My cue? What?
Not
I
again.
don't know my line.
Oh, right.
Before you go, why did Steve call us here tonight?
I'm only the butler. To that, I don't know.
And as the narrator?
To that, I cannot say.
We've been waiting 10 minutes now, and we still haven't seen Steve. I just wonder if this is one of his practical jokes, and he's even here.
he wouldn't.
Would he? He might. He loves to make us suffer until he's complete control over every one of us.
Well, he certainly does not control me.
I don't even know why you're here, dear.
I'm here because Steve wishes me to be here, dear. And truth be told, I thank him for more than just my presence. What?
What was that?
What do you mean?
That little comment just now.
Yeah, what was that?
Yes?
Well, I was trying one of those asides, like John was doing earlier.
Oh, good heavens! This whole place become one big farce, and we might as well just walk around the stage incessantly babbling for 15 minutes and then send these kind people home.
What a spoil sport you are. I think you're jealous.
Jealous? Of what?
Of my superior acting and ad-libbing ability that I used to carry you, yes you, and the rest of this cast through this play.
You've got to be kidding.
I've seen you, all of you, looking at me in awe.
If that's short for awful, then you're right.
Why, you You little son of a...
More superior ad-libbing, I see.
All right, now you apologize. Make him apologize.
Apologize to us.
Take your time. We have all day.
Police! Got you all covered. Please. You're not a cop. Just always wanted to say that.
Oh, brother, this isn't the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen.
How's that?
This is just and there's my lemon. I mean, calm down, guys. It's just to play, you guys. Let's just all put the guns down, okay? I mean, it isn't worth it. You all have so much to live for.
So this is where you came in. The gunshots, the butler with a gun, the body falling. With a little suspense, a little mystery, and a little humor. This has been the murder of Stephen Walters. We thank you for coming to see our show tonight, and we hope that you've enjoyed seeing us as much as we the actors have enjoyed you. Thank you and have a great night.
Good night, everybody.